Welcome to Ghost Hunting, getting started. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome and thank you. I'm Tim Arnwind. I'm a retired paramedic turned ghost hunter and author. Currently, I'm the case manager and investigator for War Party Paranormal and co-founder of Ghostly Experiences. Now this week, we're going to be talking about infrared cameras. Okay, infrared cameras are also known as thermographic cameras or thermal cameras. Now what does infrared do? Infrared detects heat and shows its distribution on the cover of a surface area. Okay, now this is a FLIR camera. FLIR cameras, they've been around since the 80s. Okay. Now the FLIR camera back not many years ago was way out of reach for paranormal teams, most of them. They would start usually $5,000–$6,000. Then some of them crawled all the way up to $20,000 to $30,000. Okay. Now what does this camera do? This camera actually, well, it's a trigger mechanism. Okay. So you press the trigger, and you're looking. Okay, you see it? Okay. Now what the camera is doing is converting data into an electronic image that shows the surface temperature. Now the naked eye can't see infrared, but it can see visible light. And that's what you're seeing with these colors here. These are the temperature ranges on it. Now the temperature ranges can go from black to the coolest to red the warmest. And there'll be all the, there'll be blues, greens, yellows, things like that mixed in. But remember, when you're flashing it, you're looking at different surfaces, so there'll be a variety of colors in there. Okay. Now, like I said, the FLIR's infrareds have been around since the 1980s. They've been used by the police, fire rescue, and the military. Now, the police will use it to look for suspects. They just look around in areas where it's dark, because remember, they're looking for heat signatures of a person. Fire will use them to look for hot spots. If they put out a fire, they're going to go back and look for hot spots. They'll shine it around and see if there's any red for hot spots. Fire and fire rescue will use it to look for victims. Let's say they had a fire and the building's structure is questionable. So before they send in their crew to look for victims, they might cut down where they're going to look by shining this around and look for heat signatures. And the military can use it for, recon. Okay? Now, they've become very popular because they've come down in price. Now, this one is probably $300–$400. Okay? There's also a smartphone attachment for the FLIR now. So that's pretty cheap too. I don't have that smartphone attachment. A friend of mine and a guy on the team, Eric, has one, and he loves it. So they're very reasonable. They're within reach of teams now, and they're very popular for 4 reasons. One, as you can see, when I'm shining it, you can see my hand and a silhouette. Now you're seeing the silhouette because it's picking up a heat signature, okay? But now you're also seeing the silhouette and the heat signature, okay? So let's say you're in a cemetery or you're in a large building and you heard a noise. Well, you can simply point this, pull the trigger, and remember, you're going to get a silhouette. So now it's going to be able to tell you maybe it's an animal that's making that noise, or it might be another investigator. So now you can debunk that activity because you had the FLIR. Okay? Now, reason 2 is if you see a heat signature but no silhouette, that means something is emitting that heat. So you have to check it out, see if there's something in that area that's emitting the heat. If there's nothing there to explain it, then it could be a ghost. Because remember, ghosts use heat to manifest. Okay? Now, Number 3 reason that these things are great is they will do the heat signature on surfaces. That's what they're made for. So let's see. I'm going to show you my hand. Okay. I'll take it away. Now you should still see the handprint there because it's a heat signature. Now it dissipates pretty quick. So what we'll do with these is if we go into, let's say we're in a house and someone heard a noise or a sensitive felt something, we can walk in the room, point around the area, and if we see like a body heat signature and we know no one's been in there, we know something was in that chair that was giving off heat, emitting heat, okay? So that could be no more evidence they can document, okay? Now, 4 reason. Number 4, I love it for this. See, if you look in the left upper corner, you'll see a live temperature reading. Now, I carry this thing with me, or I have it on a sleeve around my belt. So if someone says, you know, I felt a cold spot, or I'm feeling like I'm being touched, something like that, I can pull this out, point at the area, and document the temperature at that moment of the cold spot, or if they're getting a feeling, things like that. So there's 4 reasons that these things are great. And this is a brief presentation because these things are just very basic. You turn it on here, push that till it comes on, this button. You pull the trigger to operate it. Now, this FLIR has an SD card. You can load pictures right up to it. And it also has a USB charge right here. So if you get something, let's say you see a shadow or you see a heat signature, what you want to do is you can take the picture, okay? Now you'll see a check or an X. Press this button with a check mark and it will save the picture for you. It goes right to the SD card. They're very basic to operate. And like I said, they're within reach of some teams now. So a lot of teams are using these. The phone attachments are a lot cheaper. They're, I think, $200 or so. So everything's within reach of the teams, and they're a very valuable tool on an investigation. All right. So like I said, it's a very brief presentation. All you got to remember that if you see a heat signature and nothing's been there, document it. If you hear a noise and you can point it and realize there's something with a silhouette around it, you know, it's either an animal or a person, document that because now you're debunking it. Okay? Cool. Now, this week's EVP is from yesterday, in fact. Yesterday I went down to the Gold Coast. The whole team went down there. We were doing a TV shoot for a local channel. And I kind of snuck off and did some stuff on my own. I did an EVP session. And I went in the Zephyr car. Now, if you don't remember from before, I love the Zephyr car at the Gold Coast. It's like a Class A train. It has a lounge area. It has a place up front where you can relax and watch the train going from the front window. There's sleeping quarters. It's a Class A travel car, but it's very active. So I went up front yesterday and I did some recording. Now tonight I'm going to show you a video of me doing the EVP and then listening to the EVP into a camera. So you can see what I listened to at the investigation. And then I'm going to show you the Wave Lab of how we analyze it. And we'll analyze it like we do the others. So I think I asked the question something like, do you remember my name? Okay. So let me know what you think. Remember, you get the hearing matrix. Everybody does. You know, let me know. Give me some comments on what you think it said. Write in to Longhair Ghost Hunter SOFL or Ghost Hunting Getting Started at Gmail, or send it right into the channel. Okay. I look forward to your comments. And remember, you got the hearing matrix, so you might hear something completely different. And like I always say, I have no qualms about that. Okay? Now, tomorrow night we're going to be at the Deering Estate in Miami. Now, if you want, I'm probably gonna go live there. If I can sneak away, I'm gonna go live there. We're working on a project there tomorrow night. I'll go live there. If you can like my Facebook, Long Hair Ghost Hunter SOFL, and if you get an alert, you know I'm live. I might be doing an EVP session, or we might be getting some action on from the toys and then equipment and things like that. But Saturday night is the big night. Saturday night we're going to be down at the Old Davie Schoolhouse. Now from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to do our own investigation time. So we're going to go live there too. If some EVP sessions, maybe if we're getting some portal action, some spirit bot action, things like that, we'll go live. But from 9 to 10, we're going to do a live stream investigation with Wise Ass Advice. The ladies are Kendall and Stephanie. Okay? And we're going to do a live stream investigation with them and a podcast. Okay? Now, if you want to get into that or tune into that, you can go to 13thhousemedia.com. And the 13th is spelled 13th. And the link is there for you to hook up with us for the live investigation. So it should be fun because there's 2 houses there. There's a schoolhouse, the first schoolhouse in this county, and within the schoolhouse there's 4 areas we investigate. So they're all active. We always get stuff there, and we've been going there for years. So I think they're pretty comfortable with us being there. So if you want, tune in. It'll be 9 till 10 o'clock will be the live stream podcast investigation. And 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing our own investigation time where we're going to be, going live every now and then if we're going to do an EVP session or if we're getting some action. So remember, it's 13thhousemedia.com. And it should be fun, okay? So, listen, I appreciate everything. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. If you like the journey we're on, ghost hunting getting started, subscribe. Check out all the old episodes. This is episode 14, okay? So we've come a long way. We went from history of ghosts to ghost hunting, how to find a team, how to find investigations, how to conduct an investigation, how to review evidence, and now we're getting into the tools. So please subscribe, and I welcome comments all the time. If you guys have comments or questions about anything, just write in and let me know what you think. Okay? So again, thank you so much for everything. Remember, videos come out on Tuesdays. Live, I'm probably going to start going on Facebook. So like my Facebook, Long Hair Ghost Hunter, SOFL. And when you get an alert, I'm live. I can be out during the day sometimes and just pop into a place and do some investigation. I usually carry my recorders with me. Okay? So thanks again for everything, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday, and you guys have a great week. If you're going out ghost hunting, be safe, be careful, and good luck. Thanks so much.
You remember my name?
You remember my name?
Alright guys, here's the EVP for tonight. This was taken yesterday at the Gold Coast Railroad in the Zephyr car. It was in the front of the car. Like I said, we were doing a film shoot for a local TV channel, and I snuck away and did some recording. So this is what I got, and like I said, this isn't a Class A. This is maybe a Class B. But I want you to see that not every EVP is Class A. Okay? So this is obviously my voice. Okay?
Do you remember my name? Do you remember my name?
Now you see the spikes are the same. I always like to disclose my EVPs. Now this EVP came in, the volume was too high. So the actual spikes were way up here. So I had to normalize it and re-amplify it. Okay? I didn't manipulate it, I just re-amplified it. That's why the spikes are about the same. Okay? So, this is the response. I think it says, I remember your name. Okay? But it's not a class A. I think it's around here, remember name. Okay? There's a whole section of the EVP. But I think around here is remember your name. Okay. Now we'll listen to the whole EVP again.
Do you remember my name?
Okay, and we'll listen to just their response. Okay, so there it is. Like I said, it's not a Class A. It might be a Class B. But let me know what you think. Send in your comments to ghosthuntinggettingstarted@gmail.com or to the Facebook Longhair Ghost Hunter SOFL. And let me know what you think, because remember, everybody has hearing matrix. You can hear something completely different. Okay? And remember, tomorrow night we're going to be at the Deering. We're working on a project. And if I can sneak away, I'm going to go live on my Facebook. Longhair Ghost Hunter SOFL. So like the Facebook, please. And if you get an alert, you know we're live. We might be doing some EVP sessions. Or if we're getting some action, portal, spirit box, things like that. And then Saturday night, from 6 to 9 p.m., we're going to be doing our own investigation time. And we're going to go live periodically. If we're doing EVP sessions or, again, getting actions with the equipment, things like that. But from 9 till 10 p.m., we're going to do a live stream investigation with wise ass advice with Kendall and Stephanie. And to get on that link, you're going to have to go to 13thhousemedia.com. 13th is spelled 13th. So if you want to get in on the investigation and check us out, please do. And, like I said, give me your comments. I love to hear what you think about this EVP, because it's kind of a fuzzy one. So thanks again for everything, and we will see you guys again next week. Thank you.